Am I the butthole for yelling at my husband to stop eating my food? I'll keep this pretty cut and dry. I have a lot of food allergies: gluten intolerance, IBS, lactose intolerance. I'm allergic to spinach and kale and other leafy greens in that family. I buy special food for myself as well as regular food for my husband who does not have any allergies or food intolerances. For some reason, my husband likes to eat my snacks as well as his own. Instead of going to get a new loaf of bread, he'll open my gluten-free bread and eat all of it. It's been an issue our whole relationship. He says it's because he wants to use all the food before we go grocery shopping again so nothing goes to waste now. I'm 13 weeks pregnant and the amount of things I can eat are even less. Pretty much the only things I can keep down are these very specific gluten-free crackers that are like $8 a box, and bananas. Yesterday I came home from my doctor's appointment and found out that he ate my whole brand new box of crackers. I had just gone grocery shopping and we had plenty of food and snacks for him to eat. When I asked him why he decided to eat pretty much the only thing I can keep down, he said he just grabbed some crackers, and he didn't see the big deal and that I was overreacting by being upset. He said he knows my pregnancy hormones are out of whack but I needed to control myself. That made me angry and I told him he needed to stop eating my food and making me feel bad for being upset or he wouldn't have a wife anymore. He got really offended and hasn't spoken to me since, and I feel like I overreacted due to my pregnancy hormones, but I also feel like I'm kind of valid in being frustrated by my husband who has no allergies eating all my specialty food before I get any. Am I the butthole? He gets annoyed if I only buy things I can eat. He asks why he has to eat my diet when it's not him that has problems. Not the butthole. This feels like a weird manipulative power trip. How long have you been married? Have you noticed any other warning signs? Next time you go shopping, buy just 1 billion of those crackers. Nothing else. Since he only seems to want to eat your things, fine, be petty and only buy your things. I couldn't be in another relationship where I was constantly disrespected and no matter how much I try to communicate my spouse refused to hear me. Nah. If this were the first time. Even first handful of times. But he knows the only thing you can hold down are those crackers and he still did it and then tried to invalidate your emotions over it? What kind of crazy crap is that? Absolutely not. Edit. Thank you for the awards. 100% agree. There's no way he didn't realize he was eating those crackers. Completely disrespectful and manipulative to blame it on pregnant hormones. Yeah, I like that he told her to control herself when the whole problem is his lack of self-control eating snacks. And his lack of any basic feelings of care and nurturing for her, not just as his wife but as his pregnant wife. Anyone else notice how this gem of a man is above doing any of the shopping and leaves it all to his pregnant wife, right before he gobbles down the only thing she can eat and leaves her needing to go to the shops again while he sulks at being called out? I don't even want to know how much worse he will get when the baby comes. Edit. Many thanks for the award. Why would someone have a baby with someone who you know is selfish like this? Like he wasn't magically going to change when she got pregnant. He's been this sort of butthole who blames her for it. Why? Unless it was unplanned, I guess. Yup, I get rose-tinted goggles and all that, but buck me, she even says it's been an issue the entire relationship. Why would you stay in a relationship, get married, and have kids with someone who can't even be effed to not eat the only food you can eat? I'm sure someone's about to re-at me for saying it, but he's gaslighting her. She doesn't think of this as disrespect because he's invalidated her feelings to the point she thinks she's a butthole for finally being fed up with him. Edit. Husband is engaging in trivializing and stereotyping. These are 2 of the gaslighting techniques described in Biomedical News today. Web link. No, this is not about his self-control eating her snacks. This is about his control over her and him being able to show her that her needs don't matter and he comes first. This is about control over her and showing her who's the boss. He doesn't even go to replace what he's eaten. He's absolutely showing her that his needs always come first, even when she's pregnant and hasn't eaten. I so wish I had recognized these warning signs earlier in my marriage, because when I really needed him he bailed. Even assuming that his actions aren't malicious, they are completely thoughtless, and his reaction to being called out is self-entitled and mean. Healthy people apologize when they do something thoughtless, even without meaning to. That he refuses is very telling. Op said that him eating her food has been an issue their whole relationship. So he's always been a selfish butthole. Now he's using her pregnancy hormones as another way to deflect from his buttholeness. Does this guy not realize that his wife is pregnant? And needs that food? Why isn't he doing the food shop to cater to his needs? Why is he depriving his wife and unborn baby of food? Because he's a butthole. That's why. I feel sorry for original poster having a child with this guy. Someone that's selfish isn't going to step up and be dad of the year with a newborn comes along. That's called gaslighting. He's deflecting to make her think she's being unreasonable, and by this post, it's working. He's manipulating her to the point she can't even trust her own reality/perspective. My ex-husband used to pull this type of crap. We would get a 12-pack of beer he liked, but I didn't, and a 6-pack of something I liked, that he claimed not to like, and he'd drink his entire abs half of mine. He would also do things like use my razor to shave his chest, and when I complained would tell me, "Don't be so territorial." So relieved that I never had kids with him, person facepalming. Thank goodness, you got out before you were tied to him with a child. Too many people stay because their self-esteem is so low they think if only they were a better partner, their partner would treat them better. Or even worse, they think having a baby will make the other person grow up. Never happens. It only makes their crafty situation even craftier. My ex used to do stuff like this. Send him to the grocery store with a list. He would come back with a quarter of what we needed and all the junk he wanted. I would have to go back and get what we needed. He claimed it was too expensive to get the stuff on the list, like rice and eggs, but chips and soda was fine to get. If he had a party he would make me go buy the alcohol because he was too busy when really he was cheap and didn't want to pay for it. I get the feeling that if he did the food shopping he wouldn't cater to any of her allergies/intolerances at all and there'd be nothing she could eat. He's so unreasonable and he's been like this the whole time. What can original poster do at this stage? I don't like when people jump to break up, especially when original poster is pregnant, but seriously, how can she make him wake up? His behavior didn't improve when she got pregnant, so we can only presume that he's going to get a whole lot more selfish when the baby comes along and he has to go shopping. I feel so bad for original poster. Right. Hormones lol. No man, it's my feelings and I'm pissed. Quit being a child dude because there's one on the way. Not the butthole. Are you supposed to hide your food? This is incredibly effed and sad. My dad's a healthy dude. Snacks like no tomorrow and will eat anything in sight, including my special food. However, if we run out of one of my few foods, it's on him to go find it again. Especially with Corona, he immediately stopped taking my few girlfriend crackers because he couldn't find them after 4 stores. Ops husband's a jerk. He's going to take the baby food snacks, I bet. Wonder if he blamed her period when she called him out on his bullcrap before. Sounds like the type to flip the blame and claim his crafty behavior is never his own fault. He was either oblivious or didn't give a crap about her when he ate those crackers, neither of which are a good look for a husband, especially to a pregnant wife. Him not apologizing and flipping it on you, and not offering to go buy you more like WTF? Make him the butthole. It literally does not matter if it's the hormones or not though. She is upset and therefore he should care enough not to do it. I have celiac and my partner refuses to eat my special food, even when I offer, because then you won't have anything to eat. Ops husband's behavior is really disrespectful and inconsiderate. Put everything you can eat in a locked cupboard and when he whines, remind him that you cannot trust him around your food, that you need to eat safely, and that you're now eating for 2. Not the butthole. Edit, judgment, forgot what this sub was all about. When you have to go to such lengths just to be able to eat, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. I'm allergic to milk and, while some of my safe snacks are family favorites, my boyfriend and young children all respect that my special foods are to be saved for me unless I offer to share. My children are 7 and 3. Your husband is acting worse than a child, original poster. You have every right to be upset by this, especially since your already limited diet has been cut even smaller and he's refusing to give a crap. Lock your food away, or only buy your safe food if he likes it so much. And if he complains that there's no normal snacks, tell him he can continue to eat yours or go buy his own. He is being selfish and rude by stealing your food. Not the butthole. Everyone has at least one my food regardless of allergies or special diets. Most people respect that of others. When allergies or other special diets occur, that respect is usually increased. When someone is pregnant, it's increased to that point that I would probably ask before touching the salt and pepper shakers before putting any on food I brought with me. Not the butthole. Your husband behaves like a man who loves and cares about his wife. Op's husband clearly cares only about himself. Even though she is pregnant with his child, he's like, F you, I was hungry, go buy more. He's a prince. Absolutely. Sounds like he is lazy, inconsiderate and an idiot, bad combination. Honestly, if he acts like this, you should maybe leave for a while and go to a place where you can relax and rethink this whole thing. I don't say break it off or anything, but he needs to get a reality check and his priorities straight. If you want to make sure he doesn't eat your stuff, get like a food safe. Keep your stuff in there, and if he asks why you are acting like this, you just say he made you. And for someone without a gluten intolerance, it isn't healthy to eat gluten-free stuff anyway, so he is an extra idiot for that. Wait, sorry, but that's wrong. Anyone can adopt a girlfriend diet, you just have to replace the vitamins and nutrients that you were getting from grains. Nope. Commercially produced girlfriend foods typically replace gluten with fat, eggs, sugar, or lower quality carbs. They are not a healthier choice than protein-rich glutinous foods, if you don't have a sensitivity to gluten. 100. Buy 20 boxes of those crackers, 10 bunches of banana, and whatever else you need. Concentrate on what will keep you healthy and sane. Pregnancy is hard enough without your spouse's sabotage. Not the butthole. Your husband is a huge butthole. Husband gets to eat everything he wants. Op, superfood restricted, also pregnant, can eat like 2 things. Husband, I have a great idea. Let's eat the only thing my pregnant wife can eat. OP, rightfully effing mad. Husband, shocked Pikachu face. I am gluten intolerant and a vegetarian, and my boyfriend would never dream of just eating all of my gluten-free stuff. He even bakes me super tasty bread and then doesn't eat any of it if I don't tell him it's okay. Your husband is crafty. Original poster replies, I'm a vegan. Makes life very hard, especially with the spinach and kale issues. Oh my, I can't imagine what you eat at all. My boyfriend and me? I don't know, sorry, second language, are only vegetarian but don't eat a lot of dairy products because we don't like them, cheese, etc. We do eat honey. It's already as hard as a gluten-intolerant vegetarian is. I can't imagine how you get by. Most gluten-free things in restaurants all have meat and dairy. Most friends and family members are happy to accommodate one thing but not to order 3 or 4. It's hard. I have mad respect for you. And I would like to have a few words with your shoddy husband. When I learned about my gluten intolerance, I was so depressed. I couldn't imagine any of my favorite foods ever again. My boyfriend started baking bread, cakes, lasagna, made all my favorite things in a gluten-free version, and he never complained about having to have our food gluten-free even though he could eat normal stuff. That's what a good partner does. Just hopping in to tell you that you were correct in choosing my boyfriend and I. Quick trick is that if you take the other person out and the sentence is still right, you pick the right one. I am vegetarian is right. Not me, I'm vegetarian, so it is my boyfriend and I are vegetarian. Hope that helps. Edit. Also, Op, you are absolutely not the butthole and your husband is being a bully. He is willfully disrespecting your actual, physical needs here, and the needs of his child. You need to be able to eat a healthy diet so your baby can grow, and he's actively keeping food from you and putting your baby in danger. You reacted perfectly normally in this situation. Username checks out. I will forever judge anyone, not ESL, who doesn't use the Oxford comma. Exactly. It just looks right. Also, please never feel bad language-wise. English is my first language and I second-guess myself and do these tricks too. Thank you. Off topic, I've heard agave is worse for the environment than honey because it takes so much water. Plus, bees make honey in excess. I haven't followed up on it, but if you know, let me know. It's very true. Also, honey making doesn't harm bees in any way and the honey industry/beekeepers are literally keeping the bee population from collapsing entirely. Buying honey saves the bees, which in turn saves the planet because we're going to be boned without the bees. Bees are not being exploited, they are being rehabilitated. Commercial honey farming is not in sync with the ideology that we are saving the bee population by eating their honey. Honey is made by the bees for the bees, and is often taken from them for commercial gain and replaced with a nutrient-deficient substitute. In these instances, farmers cull their bees off-season to keep costs down. On top of that, the queen's wings are clipped to prevent her producing a colony elsewhere. There is also the issue of selective breeding, which narrows the gene pool and increases disease susceptibility. If you can find ethical honey, then that's your choice, but there are valid reasons for why vegans do not consume honey. Thank you. Not the butthole. He said my pregnancy hormones are out of whack, but I needed to control myself. He's dismissing your perfectly valid concerns by blaming it on your hormones. You weren't overreacting at all, you literally just asked him why he ate the only food you could eat. That's perfectly reasonable, and it was the dismissal of your feelings that made you angry again, which is perfectly understandable. Also, it's crazy that he hasn't spoken to you since. That is not a good way for him to handle disagreements in the relationship. How long has it been? Seriously underreacting. Sit his ass down and have a talk. Say to him again that if he continues like this, you will divorce him. I just can't imagine anyone being so selfish and eating one of the two things my pregnant so could keep down. Going through something similar. Go ahead and tell him that if he continues like this, you will divorce him. He won't believe you. I am so sorry. I wish you the best. Not the butthole, and he is being a child. Looks like you are going to be raising two, not one. Why not buy exclusively stuff for your diet? That way you eat the same thing. Original poster replies, he complains if I buy all gluten-free things. Too bad for him. Buy all gluten-free stuff, and if he wants something else, he can go shopping himself. That way, you'll be sure you have food you can eat. By the way, your husband is not doing what he does accidentally. He is a manipulative jerk, and he's toying with you on purpose. He enjoys depriving you of what you need, probably tells himself your sensitivities are all in your head, and he is gaslighting you about his behavior. It is not pregnancy hormones making you react with anger. Anger and upset is a normal response when someone is deliberately effing with you the way he is. You were on the right track when you told him he won't have a wife if he keeps it up. Don't let him dismiss your feelings, stay firm, and let him know you will not put up with his crap. Not the butthole. Edit. Thanks for the awards, everyone. I wish I could upvote this 500 more times. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.